I am Prince Vegeta. Kneel before your god.
What's good, YouTube? Andre here with the DM Network. Y'all, I have a major concern today. Something that I've noticed in watching the gameplay of the game is the combat system. So, I think what we've been doing is looking at the combat system. We've been looking at Goku fighting, and we didn't think anything about it, because we're watching what the game mechanics look like. But paying attention to the details, if you look at the fighting menu or the fighting attacks that he has, and it's going to be present here as well, anytime there's a button pressed, it's reflected on the fight mechanics menu. So for instance here, anytime a button is pressed, see, it lights up. Watch what happens when he does the fight button. See, he only pushed it one time and Goku does a full combo. That's kind of concerning to me. See, one push, full combo. One push, full combo. This is concerning to me, and you'll see it more in the fight with Raditz. The reason this is concerning to me is because I think I'm suffering as well from old Dragon Ball Z game-itis, where, we at least have control over our combos. But it appears in this game that just by pushing that button one time, Goku does a full combo. So there's no more stringing together combos in a sense. Now, I don't expect the combat to be like Xenoverse. It's definitely not going to be like Fighters. That's a fighting game different, But, I did expect kind of at least like the Budokai series, the Tenkaichi series, where it's like, on PlayStation it's square, 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 square. If you push square enough times, it just strings together a combo. And I know it may seem kind of dumb because it's like, well, Andre is basically the same thing. The only difference is you just have to push it once and it does that same combo that you would have done by pushing the buttons multiple times. And I get that, and I'm okay with that. And I just kind of expected the combat to have a light attack and a heavy attack. And I know this is an RPG, but you do have those in RPGs. There are RPGs that have light attacks and heavy attacks. I don't expect the combo system to be as in depth as it is in Xenoverse. But at the same time, the combat system in Xenoverse isn't complex. It's not complex at all. I mean, it's light attack, heavy attack, and you're basically just mixing them together to do different combos. But this, I wanted to point this out because it's something different. It's something that we haven't really paid attention to. Nobody's really talked about. And I don't want people to go into the game expecting a combat system and there really kind of isn't one. I've been listening to interviews and things like that, and anytime they're asked about the combat system, they don't ever talk about how combos are pulled off. They just kind of talk about fight mechanics in a sense, But one thing that Dimitri said in the live stream is that he said that the combat system is simplified at first. So that does lead me to believe that, because when I'm watching this, that's extremely simple. You just push a button, he does a combo. Now, there are levels to this because if, you see him actually stringing super attacks in there with it. Sometimes he'll start a combo and stop it. I know when you're in surge mode, you can interrupt combos, you can interrupt super attacks and stuff like that. But, there's a lot of different things that there are more elements to the combat system. And on another note, it does make it, I understand why it's that way, because in this game you have support characters. You actually have two support characters. So whenever he brings up the support menu, you can see Piccolo, but underneath that it has a slot for another support character. And so you could take two support characters with you in the battle. And when you have those two support characters with you and you bring up that support menu, the four buttons, like on PlayStation, X, square, triangle, and circle, X and square is going to be for one support character, triangle and circle will be for another, or it may be square and triangle or X and circle. Two of the buttons will be dedicated to one support character. The other two will be dedicated to the other one. and you push the R1 button to bring up that menu. And I get why, you know, they may have went that route to make the combat system that way, because if you're constantly pushing square, 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 and you bring up that menu and you're in the middle of a combo, you could push a button for a support attack that you didn't mean to push or something to that effect. And the fighting is so fast paced that it simplifies combat is what it does. Because instead of having to input all these combos and then support attack here, support attack there, you could push that button, Goku goes into a combo, you can go into your support menu, bam, support, you know, right there. And so I get it. And I guess what I'm doing this for is because I wasn't used to that. See, if you go back and pause whenever that menu came up, you'll see that there's a slot for another support character. And you'll see the layout of it. And so we know that you'll only be able to carry 2 support characters into battle with you. But see, every time that fight button is pushed, Goku does a full combo unless it's interrupted or something to that effect. Piccolo's menu came up again. Go back and look at it. There's another slot right underneath him for another support character. And you see right there? And you can even see the layout to see the button layout. So you know there's only going to be 2 support characters at a time because there's not enough buttons to support other attacks. And one thing to note too is, see right there, Goku hit these, and see, you see surge mode allows him to interrupt those combos. Now, what's interesting too is, along with those combos, it could be that, you know, it just records the first initial press. It could be that you could do the combos by tapping the button, or you can perform a auto combo by holding the button. That's possible too. Because in some of his key blasts, he fires multiple key blasts, and see here, you're gonna see him, he's gonna do it. See, he fired multiple, the button was pushed once. And then there's another time where he just fires 1 key blast, and there's nothing, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just looking at it on the surface of what we see right here. You do have to understand also that this was a build that was specially made for E3. So we kind of have to take that with a grain of salt too. They could have did that for E3 to make it a little bit more simple. I don't think they did. I think that is actually how the fight mechanics is going to work out. And that's fine. I mean, it's going to take some getting used to because it's a lot different from what we're used to. But I believe that once we're used to it, that it's going to flow nicely with the rest of the game mechanics, and it's going to make sense. Like I said, we're just used to having control. And the reason it kind of stood out to me even more was because there's so much detail in this game. And for it to have so much detail, I wouldn't have expected them to have simplified the combat system as much as they have. Now, don't get me wrong. I didn't expect a complex combo system, but at least something with a light and a heavy attack that you could stream together, or at least being in control of the combos. See right there? It's the same combo every time. It's the same combo every time. And my concern with that is it going to get boring doing the same combo all the time? Or if Dimitri was right when he said that the producer told him that the combat system would be simplified at first, meaning the more you play the game, you unlock different things, and it makes the combat system more in depth. Maybe you can learn different combos. You know, maybe if you push the button and an arrow, it does a certain combo. You know, a button like the fight button and up, or fight button and down, or fight button left, fight button right, and it does different combos. Who knows? You know, but like I said, we can only look at this at what we have in front of us, and from what it appears, when you push the fight button, Goku does an automatic combo. But you see sometimes there he has a key blast at the end, and sometimes he doesn't. Sometimes he has a smash attack at the end. So it could be like, see right there, he didn't have that key blast at the end. So I'm wondering, you know, but you didn't see him push the key blast button. So, you know, I don't know, because you can't interrupt the combos unless you have surge active. So you see right there, he fired multiple key blasts, and then he fired a big one at the end. Maybe that's a key blast combo that if all of them connects, he launches that big key blast at the end. See, another combo. And then he interrupted it with a super attack, or he did a super attack at the end. I don't know, y'all. I mean, let me know what y'all think. It does. I mean, if you look at the button name, it's called fight. Normally it's called attack. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that you pushing the button and it says fight, I mean, it kind of goes without saying that, of course, that's the fight mechanic. He's going to fight. See right there, he did the combo and it, you know, so it's really weird. And like I said, I know that it's simplified at first, but I wonder what direction they're going to go with the combat system. I kind of did want a little bit more complexity in the combos, you know, to at least be able to control the combos or do different kinds of combos and string together super attacks, kind of like the Budokai and the Tenkaichi series, you know, not so much like Rage and Blast. I don't expect that much, but just a little bit more than what we got. But like I said, maybe once we get our hands on it, we'll see that it flows nicely, or maybe they are just going to change it and this is just how they did it for the beginning of the game. And as you progress, it does get a little bit more complex. I don't know. But I wanted to bring that to y'all's attention. Let me know what y'all think down in the comment section down below. Appreciate y'all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single upload. Till next time, peace.